So I'm going to open a public hearing on both Senate Bill 231 and Senate Bill 829. Senator Gelser.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. For your record, my name is Sarah Gelser. I'm the state senator from Corvallis and Albany, Senate District 8. And thank you for opening up both of these bills so I can provide some opening comments and then head off to my other hearings. Do you care which one I talk about first?
It's your pleasure.
All right, thank you. I'd like to start with Senate Bill 231, which establishes a task force on mental health support for students. We heard this bill in the Human Services Committee, and the idea behind this bill is to look at the impact of students who are experiencing mental illness and mental health needs in college and university settings, and how that impacts their ability to successfully complete college. We had good testimony in that committee, and I know there are proponents of the bill that are here to talk with you and answer any questions that you may have. It is a task force bill, and as you know, all task force bills are moving from the initial policy committee to you, so you become the arbiter of all of the task forces. It's one of the few task force bills that we've moved out of the Human Services Committee. I do think it's a worthy one. So any questions on 231 before the next one? No?
Go ahead.
All right. All right, and next I'd like to talk to you about Senate Bill 829. Senate Bill 829 offers a very simple proposal, and that is that the proceedings of the legislative and executive branch that are transmitted to the public should be in compliance with the Americans with Disabilities Act and be accessible to all people at the same time. Right now, it is incredibly difficult for people who are deaf and hard of hearing to participate in the legislative process. That is not just about coming to the Capitol and being lucky enough to find an American Sign Language translator. Not all people who are deaf and hard of hearing use American Sign Language. And like hearing people who are deaf and hard of hearing are not always able to travel to the Capitol in order to watch the proceedings of the floor or the committee. And like the rest of our constituents, should be able to log onto their computer and follow our proceedings. Anything that runs on the television, if you turn on your closed captions, that is captioned. The technology is there for us to do it. So what this bill says is if it were to pass, this hearing and all other hearings and our floor proceedings, when they are broadcast across the internet, would have the closed captions running on the bottom, which actually is required by the Americans with Disabilities Act. I can tell you it has been a challenge in our office. I have a wonderful intern this session who is working on a number of bills, but because she is an intern and not able to be here every day, and because she is not a hearing person, she is not able to access the hearings to be able to do all of the work. And we have another intern right now that is going through and hand captioning all of the hearings. In our office, we have made a commitment to only put up things that are captioned, so there is always a delay before we put up videos from our office because they are all captioned. It's a very simple matter of justice and access, and I really urge you to move forward Senate Bill 829 so that all Oregonians can access the legislative process in real time as their right is guaranteed by the Americans with Disabilities Act.
Thank you. Anyone have any questions on either 231 or 829? Apparently not. Thank you very much, Senator.
Thank you.
You can go do the other 15 things you have to do now.
Thank you very much.